It had been a wonderful thing. I hope to find something like what they had someday. The wedding is going to be beautiful, and you and Hope are great together. Of course we're great together. She's great, I'm great. He shrugged and dropped me a playful wink. See you up there, Lolo. Eli trudged through the sand toward our family, breaking into a jog when he noticed his fiancée coming his way. He swooped her up and spun her around, then set her down to deposit a passionate kiss on her lips. There was a time, not long ago, when I thought I'd never see my family again. My brothers and I had scattered to the wind, each of us running as far from our alcoholic father as we possibly could. In the years before his death, happiness seemed out of reach for all of us. But one by one, my brothers proved that wasn't true. As they made peace with themselves and healed from the mistakes in our past, they'd fallen in love with perfect women. Happiness bloomed in the hut, chasing away the ugliness our father left behind. Light overcoming dark, love overcoming hate, the cracks tracing through our hearts and souls repaired with gold, transforming the scars and the stories that came with them into something beautiful. And for a moment, one infinitesimally small moment, I thought I'd found my fairy tale too. A dream come true. Through a twist of fate, I'd started talking to Collin West, a singer-songwriter with lyrics so deep they sent chills racing across my skin. Melodies so haunting I'd hum them for days. His music was everywhere, proving he earned every drop of fame he found. And I thought, somehow, the man capable of capturing the world and condensing it into poetry was interested in me, the youngest Hutton, the only daughter of a man who ran out of patience for children. A woman who took a risk on big dreams that fizzled in her hands. A shooting star that burned out before it hit the ground. Only, I wasn't supposed to think stuff like that any longer. The new and improved Harlow Hutton didn't wallow in self-destruction. She rose above it, soaring like the gulls swooping over the sea. Her self-worth was born of her own opinions, hers and no one else's. I took a moment to rewrite those negative thoughts, because my past didn't define me. My present did. And my present was beautiful, with or without Collin freaking West. He was on tour, which meant our conversations mostly happened through text, with hours or days of silence in between. That was fine with me. It gave me time to figure out what to say when he called me beautiful, intriguing, talented, when he told me he wanted to know everything about me. One night, after a particularly long stretch of silence, he asked me to finish the tour with him, to hop on a plane and travel the world with a superstar. And even though everything about him scared me to death, even though the last risk I'd taken landed me in a situation I was too ashamed to admit, I decided to say yes. I forced down all my fears that I wasn't good enough, or strong enough, or worthy enough, the very programming I decided no longer worked for me, and asked him to come to Eli's wedding as my date. I planned to accept his offer then, when we were finally face to face. I gathered my courage, typed out a quick text, then hit send on the invitation, and hadn't heard from Collin since. The wind blew through my hair again, and I inhaled the scent of the ocean air, closed my eyes and felt the warmth of the sun on my skin, heard the laughter and conversation from my family, hard at work behind me. I smoothed my hands down my shirt and focused on the happy sounds coming from near the hut. So, I didn't have a torrid affair with a rock star. I had my brothers, and my mom, and 4 sisters-in-law who were quickly becoming my closest friends. I was an aunt to the cutest little babies I'd ever seen. Our family was stronger than it had been for my entire life. I would not feel sorry for myself when so much good was happening around me. My time would come. Maybe I just had to love myself a little more first. With one last glance at the water, I headed back to help my family, my feet slipping through the sand as the sound of laughter grew louder with each step. Lucas glowered as I approached. "What the hell, Harlow? You want to kick me in the balls?" "Don't we all?" quipped Wyatt, the second oldest. "I mean, you just have that look about you." "Yup." Caleb, the chillest of all Huttons, drawled the word with a grin. "A look that says, please take your frustrations out of my tender bits. I'm tough enough to handle it." Luke shook his head, doing his best to hide a smile.